I've split with the other hand, folding it and turning it around, I'll now have it against my chest so that I can squeeze this center part several times to cause the balloon to do a bend. Then I'll roll inside of this, making the heart. Repeating the process with the other orange balloon, you will effectively wind up basically with two hearts tied together at the center. Setting these aside, those will be your wings, by the way. Setting those aside, you'll take a yellow balloon and inflate it all but about 5, 6, 7 fingers uninflated on the end. You'll be getting rid of a little bit of this, so it won't matter. Tying your end. Sometimes kids will say, well, what about the proboscis? No. What about it? I'll take the balloon and I'll actually squeeze air, holding it at one point like about a 4-finger section down. I'll squeeze the air out and tie that off, giving the butterfly a little nectar gatherer. Squeezing off about a 3 to 4 inch bubble for the end of the nose. I'll now make 2 bubbles of equal size, 1/2 inch to 1 inch in diameter, and twisting these two together, these will be the eyes. I usually turn the proboscis up to give it the effect of looking like it has one. If you turn it down, I don't think it has as much effect as turning it up. And by stretching the knot, you can get it to go in different directions, just depending on what you want to do. At this point, I take and squeeze off about a 2 to 3 finger bubble again and do 2 ear twists. Twist those together using the same technique on the dragonfly earlier. Split them and repeat the process. Taking, once you've repeated that process about 4 fingers of a gap, taking your wings in hand, you'll find a place on, you'll take the 2 heart balloons that you made and you will lay them side by side. Going down one side, you'll go out about a 4-finger distance and you'll split those off, effectively making butterfly's wings. Taking your butterfly now, you can wrap your yellow right where, yeah, if you don't hold those, they'll go away from you, as you can see. Taking your butterfly at the first ear twist joint, you'll take the ear twist joints and twist them in there at the wing, moving the head to one side and the ears above and below, with the wings separated by the ears. One ear above, one ear below, where the wings will go. Taking the other side, do the same thing. Twist your yellow body in. One wing may stick up a little further than the other. Putting it against your body and holding it, you can bend it in just a little bit, shaping it to the shape that you want. You will take your pop twist technique again, grabbing the end of the balloon with your pinky. With the clearer yellow balloon, you'll be able to see this technique better. As you grasp the balloon and stretch it over, push your thumbs into your index fingers tightly, popping and releasing, still having a piece left to tie, held by the pinky. At this point, you'll want to take a green balloon, inflate it about 3 fingers, like you were going to make a tulip twist. You can either pop up like I do, or if you don't like putting the balloon in the mouth, there's another way of doing it. You can stretch it several times. Try and contain the flow of the air by putting your hands around the green balloon as you squeeze, making the air go to the end. You're going to want these to be about the same size, and that's not real hard to do because all you have to do while you're holding them is squeeze one, and we'll make the other one grow. And you can get them to the point where they're approximately even in size, just by squeezing them back and forth. Finding about the halfway point between these two, grasp so that the air cannot travel back and forth between the two, stretch and tie a knot in that green balloon so that the two antennae will not go back and forth into each other. Now you'll take these antennae and pull them in, pull the knot of the antennae in right at the bottom of where the nose, neck, and eyes come together. Then you'll pull the antennae up between the eyes, like so. Giving the butterfly antennae. Now that really is a quick and easy 4-balloon butterfly that any little girl would love to have. You can add legs to your butterfly just like we did with the dragonfly. We've done a couple of bugs. Let's do another beast. How about a tiger? All right. First, you want to fill an orange balloon about arm's length and tie off. Setting that aside, you'll want to take a white balloon, making a very small bubble, tying on either side of the bubble. You're going to want to leave the bubble a little bit loose, the small bubble that you're about to make. But you'll tie a knot on either side of that, leaving it rather loose so that you'll have room for playing. You'll see why later. Now leaving yourself about as much, not on this side of the bubble as you did on the nozzle side, about a 1-finger width or a little more. You'll take your scissors, you can carry them, cut it off. Save that. Taking the rest of your balloon, inflate, and taking about a 3-finger portion, tie it, while leaving air inside. You'll see why in a moment. You'll take this, and as close to the knot as you can, trim. We're going to go over the shoulder so I can show you the techniques and things I use for making the tiger. First, I will twist off about a 2-finger to 2.5-finger bubble. Then I will twist off while squeezing air to make the bubble softer. I will make 2 bubbles of about 1/2 inch each. I will spin those together. Then I will squeeze and make an even smaller bubble of about 1/4 to 2/5. Smaller than the 1/2 inch, but yet not quite a 1/4 inch bubble. I will now take my finger and push my finger through the first 2 little bubbles I made and putting the other bubble against it so that I now have a gap within my 2 smaller bubbles within which to roll with my thumb pushing through the nose through the cheeks. Then I will twist off another 1/2 to 2/3 inch bubble for the chin. These are the cheeks, the nose, and the chin. Now you will make your basic bear's head with a cheek, an ear, the top of the head, another ear, and you want to get your ears about the same size to each other, and then another cheek. And you want to get your cheeks about the same size to each other. I will adjust my cheeks if one is a little too large, let's get one larger. If one's a little too large, I will untwist, allowing air to escape, and then twisting it off. And if it's too small, then I will untwist, allowing air to go back to allow it to get to be the same size. Adjusting the flow quickly. Spin that around. Now take what would normally be the bear's muzzle, stick through the head, and grabbing the ear twists, twist them, both on either side. And I usually stand them this way so that they look more like cat's ears. Now at this point, I have shown you how to do the head configuration of a 1-balloon cat. Let's undo this and go back to this portion. Remember the white bubble we made? Take that white bubble and split it as close to in half as you can get it. Once you've done this, at the first junction past the nozzle, fold those two white bubbles in, taking the two pieces that you made, square knot them together tightly. Once you've done that, take your scissors, stretching up, cut those pieces off and get rid of them. Now you can leave the knot up there if you want, but me, I usually take and fold over the nozzle end and push the eyes to the other side and spin them around, giving it a cleaner look. Remember the piece that you made that was inflated, but that had air but not inflated? You take that piece and you fold it in at the bottom portion, giving your tiger teeth. Now you take that and do the same thing that you were going to do a moment ago with making your tiger. Now you got a real mean kitty. Take your nozzle, pulling it in, wrap it around the remainder of your orange balloon and tuck it in between the chin and the cheek. Now you'll squeeze off about a 1/2 inch, a 2-finger bubble for the neck, always squeezing air toward the end so that you wind up with an even amount all the way down. Squeeze off about a 3-finger bubble for one foot, another one for another foot, twisting those two together, going about 4 fingers for the body, 2 more 3-finger bubbles. I take the tail and I pull in and down with one hand. As I grasp it in the palms of my hands, I'll grab it with the thumb and middle finger here, and the thumb and middle finger here, and pull against it, giving the tail a flowing look. And you can doctor this to suit. I will take and put stripes on the cat. I will put the nose, whiskers, claws, more stripes, and yet more. And you could go on and on with this. But due to time constraints and with the aids of modern technology, we went ahead and edited through to this point where the cat's finished. Now you have a nice tiger that you can do for your kids. Not real intricate, but yet real cute. Something you can do rather quick and easy. Okay, so you with video 2, you learn how to do the clown, you started doing it at a function, next thing you know they came out of the woodworks, they inundated you, you thought you were never going to get to go home, and you were thinking, I can't believe that balloon man taught me this balloon. Well, I've got a quick tip for you. Make your clown as you normally would, only instead of using 2 balloons to make your legs, do one leg, 3 fold twists, another leg, 1 arm, or 4 fold twists, 1 arm, 4 fold twists in the other arm, and then put the 2 together. There. Quick 3-balloon clown for you guys with video 2. Now aren't you sorry you said all those bad things about the balloon man? If you've ever wondered what to do with those clear hearts, thank Coco from Houston, Glenda Clare. This was the first place winner at COAI in Puerto Rico. I don't know exactly how she did it. I just know that she gave me a good idea of how she did it, and I'll do it now. And I kept asking her to put it on film for me, but she gave me permission, even if she never gave me film. We just never had a chance to get together. Well, we did, but we were always so busy when we didn't have time to film it. So I'm going to show you how I remember Coco doing her house fly.